What is up, you guys? HazeBro here. Happy Dry January. I know you might be thinking, what? Are you doing Dry January? Yes, I am. And the reason is because I drank pretty much every single day of December and ate garbage the whole time. Did not exercise whatsoever. So Dry January is a chance for me to try to get healthy again, start off a new year right. And so what I'm going to do is do an ultimate craft non-alcoholic beer showdown. So I've got some non-alcoholic beers that are not just the macro crappy ones that you find in a grocery store. These ones are actually as close as I could find to getting some actual craft beer that is non-alcoholic. I'm doing a blind tasting, so I had my wife pour these different beers out into the glasses and number them. I don't know which one is which, so I'm gonna taste it and not be influenced by my previous tastes of any of these beers, so I can get a fully unbiased opinion on which one is the ultimate non-alcoholic craft beer for Dry January. First of all, let's show you the different beers that we've got. So we've got Groovy IPA, 60 calories, non-alcoholic IPA. Smooth IPA by, it's just called Bière Sans Alcool Montréal. Non-alcoholic beer, Montreal, so they've got one just called a Smooth IPA, 80 calories. We've got the Libra. It is a North Cape Pale Ale, non-alcoholic beer by Upstreet Brewing and PEI, a little taste of the Maritimes. This one's only 30 calories. We've got Partake, who you may remember from last year's Dry January. So Partake is only 10 calories. There's their IPA here. They've got the Pale Ale. This one was my favorite of all the non-alcoholic beers I tried last Dry January. Only 10 calories. It's really good. It's my go-to. We've got another Groovy, the Groovy Pale Ale. This one is, well, it doesn't say the calories on the can, but we then have the Village Local Pale Ale by Village Brewery. This one is 35 calories. And finally, we have the Sober Carpenter IPA, 65 calories. So normally I don't care about calories. It's not something that I think people should be obsessing over for their health journey. But because we are talking about non-alcoholic beer, it is kind of interesting for Dry January if you're trying to be super healthy. And it's crazy to me that we can have non-alcoholic beers like Partake that are only 10 calories that taste like pretty close to actual beer. But without further ado, let's try some of these beers. Smells a bit like an IPA. It's kind of malty. Not a lot of flavor to it, to be honest. Kind of watery. Guessing that that is this one, the IPA, the Smooth IPA from the Montreal non-alcoholic beer thing. It's okay. Watery, kind of malty, not hoppy, so maybe it's not an IPA, but judging by the color, I'm guessing that it is. I want to make sure to reset the taste buds after each beer, just so we have a fair trial. Alright, number 2. This one smells kind of hoppy. Yeah, it tastes kind of hoppy. But judging by the color, I'm guessing it's not an IPA. It has a little bit of flavor to it that's good. I'm guessing that this one is the Groovy Pale Ale, number 2. Definitely prefer it over the first one already. Alright, number 3. Smells kind of like straw. Like, honestly, it doesn't really smell that good. Oh, but it's hoppy. I would guess it's a pale ale, but the color is actually almost a little hazy compared to the others, so it could be the closest to being a hazy non-alcoholic IPA. But it's definitely got to be an IPA with that many hops. And I'm guessing it's the Groovy IPA. 60 calories. Not bad, like if you want a non-alcoholic IPA, but the thing with non-alcoholic beers is that like they're always a little watery, so you don't get that full IPA experience. Like you want that kind of smooth but robust body and mouthfeel, and you won't really get that with a lot of non-alcoholic IPAs. But this one It's got to be that groovy. Let's try the next beer. This is another one that doesn't really have any flavor at all to it. It reminds me a lot of the first one, but actually less flavor. But I'm guessing that that one is the Village Local. Not really a lot to it, not a lot going on. It's actually, it kind of reminds me of like if I was going to have a lager or like a really light amber ale. This one's good. That one has a bit of flavor to it. It's light, it's easy drinking, it's kind of like a lager, a little bit of juiciness like a pale ale. I'm guessing that it's the Libra, the North Cape Pale Ale by Upstreet. This was one that I was super excited to get this year because it's a new non-alcoholic beer by as local as I can get them to me, which is Upstreet on PEI. So if it is that one, then I like it a lot. All right, number 6. This one actually tastes almost exactly like number 3. I'm wondering if that one's actually the Groovy IPA. I'm gonna guess it's the Partake. I'm gonna move the Groovy Pale Ale over to this one and try what I thought was the Groovy again. I'm gonna guess that that's the Partake Pale, which was my old school favorite. And then leave the Groovy there. Because those two taste so similar, and that one is lighter in color, it's gotta be the Groovy Pale Ale. Alright, 2 left. This one has gotta be an IPA as well. Kind of hoppy and citrusy, a bit of IPA flavor, it's decent. I'm pretty sure it is the Partake IPA. So that means that hopefully this one tastes like what I'm guessing the sober IPA tastes like, otherwise I'll be very wrong. Let's find out. It's gotta be an IPA. I really don't like it at all, to be honest. It doesn't taste very good, it's all bitter, no sweetness. Taste buds might be a little affected by the others. Even though I've been rinsing with water, I wasn't using baking soda, just because I'm being a bit lazy today. I want to pick out which ones were my favorites. Yeah, I really like number 2, so that might be the Partake. Pretty sure I thought number 5 was really good. Yep, so that might be the Libra. It's just these two stick out to me as the ones that I would actually want to drink. Let's find out if I was right about which ones they are. So, alright. Oh, alright, I was wrong already right off the bat. So number 1, which I thought was the IPA, is actually the Village Local Pale Ale, okay? Number 2. My initial thought was correct that number 2 was the Groovy Pale Ale. And then I switched it around, so that was actually the Groovy. Of course. I should have just stuck with my gut. Number 3, Sober Carpenter, so I was wrong about that too. Number 4 was the Partake Pale, which is like what I drink almost every day, so I definitely should have known that. Number 5 was the Libra. Hey, I got that one correct. Awesome. That's great. Number 6 is the Groovy IPA. Number 7 was the Smooth IPA, so not the Partake IPA. Alright, which means that number 8 in the glass was Partake IPA. My top 3 then are the Groovy Pale, which I ordered from well.ca, the Partake Pale, which you can get at your local grocery store, you can order from Partake Brewing, and then my favorite of them all was definitely the Libra, and that one is from Upstreet Brewing on PEI, but you can also order it from their website to be shipped to you. Interesting, very interesting. I was very wrong on a lot of them, which is, if these were actual like full alcoholic beers, and by that I mean like some IPAs and hazy whatnots, You know I would have gotten them all totally correct. It's just the fact that they were non-alcoholic really throws off the taste buds. Like, that's the only reason I got them, some of them wrong. Like, in normal times, then I would have had every single one of them correct. Y'all know that for sure. Hopefully, now you know what non-alcoholic craft beer options there are that are out there for you to survive through dry January. I know that we're pretty much halfway through already, but there's still a little while to go. And you know what, honestly, I'm feeling pretty great from doing it. Don't worry, in February I will totally be drinking again and bringing you some mad fresh beer reviews. But for now, just trying to detox and be clean and healthy for at least 1 month. I think I deserve that much. Alright, thank you for tuning in to another episode of HazeBro Beer Reviews. As usual, smash that like button, hit subscribe to be notified about future videos with your boy, HazeBro. Peace!